Thanks for checking out this question from our daily live Zoom calls. Please like and subscribe to keep learning how we help the largest online community of self-directed retirement investors and entrepreneurs grow and control their retirement funds. All right, our next good question from the Zoom. How do I open a bank account to fund my Roth account? Or can I use my personal account? That's a great question. So presumably we're talking about a scenario where you have a Roth Solo 401k. In other words, you're self-employed, no full-time W-2 employees. You have a solo 401k plan like our plan that allows for Roth contributions, right? So you need to have separate sub-accounts. So you'd have, say, one account under the name of the plan and the EIN of the plan for the pre-tax, a second account under the name of the plan, under the EIN of the plan for the Roth. And as part of our onboarding process, we're helping our clients open up accounts at the bank or brokerage of your choice. So you can have, for example, say a brokerage account at Fidelity for Roth funds. And so, the way to get money into that Roth account, you could always roll over money if you had pre-existing Roth 401k funds, like in a former employer plan. If you have Roth IRA funds, of course, you can't transfer that money from a Roth IRA to any type of 401k because of those Roth IRA restrictions. The other way to get money to that Roth account is making a contribution. So that's based on your self-employment compensation, subject to the contribution limits, the deadlines, etc. So let's assume that you're eligible to make a Roth contribution, and that's how you're trying to fund that account. So you got the separate bank account or brokerage account for your Roth Solo 401k. You're eligible to make a contribution by the deadline, etc. So you can make that contribution by just transferring money from your personal account or your business account. Either is acceptable from a Solo 401k perspective. The key from a Solo 401k perspective is that, you're eligible to make contributions, you're making it by the deadline, it's going into a dedicated account specifically for Roth Solo 401k funds, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully that answers your question, that you really don't have to have another account to make the contributions. You can make it, if you're talking about making a contribution, it can go directly from your personal or your business account. That's fine from a Solo 401k perspective. Now, some clients' tax advisors, they'll want the employer contribution. Let's say your business is taxed as an S corp. They'll want that employer contribution just for accounting purposes to come from the business account. But from a 401k perspective, there's no requirement that the employer contribution comes from the business account. Of course, an employer contribution wouldn't go to a Roth because that's pre-tax, right? So the employee contribution, again, the accountant might say, well, that's an employee contribution. We really, for accounting purposes, we want it to come from a personal account. And that's fine. It can come from either, from a Solo 401k perspective. So to satisfy the accountant, you may want to have it come from the personal account.